So now in Sales Freaks, one of the first things I like to teach to everybody is to learn how to use voice fluctuation. You see, tonality and verbiage are the makers of a sale. Yes, we need the meat and potatoes, don't get me wrong, but without saying things in the right way, you will not be able to move anything. And if you do move something, that's called a lay down. That's because somebody stopped for gas and they were thirsty and they bought the soda. We need to entice people. We need to enthrall people in. We need to drag on a conversation and close people on what we're speaking about. You see, in sales, if we don't speak in the right way, no one pays attention. Our whole sales pitch goes right out the door. More importantly, what we have to do is realize that we all listen when we're awake and/or when we're sleeping. No matter what's happening, it is proven that we are aware of what's going on. But there's certain sounds that are going to wake you up and inspire you. Whether it be a police siren, we all have that embedded inside of our heads. We say, uh-oh, slow down, pull over, move aside, what's going on? We are aware. Now, if we hear a fire engine, we react the same way. If you hear a loud bang, we're going to go, what was that? You see, we react to noise. We react to sounds. We react to the way people sound. If you have somebody real drawn out and they talk like this, it sounds like they just woke up. And do you really want to be by them? No, you don't. You're like, oh my God, get this person away from me. Now, if somebody's slurring their speech and going, hey man, you know they're drunk. You see, we react to tonality. We attract tonality to a way that we say, okay, this represents happiness, this represents sadness, this represents that the speech is really going nowhere. This guy is nothing to me, or this guy is everything to me, or the woman is everything to me, vice versa. We react to sound. Now, you are going to buy what somebody is saying, not what they're selling. You see, it's all about an experience. Gunfire, it makes us jump. Our babies cry, it makes us sad. You ever have that newborn baby and you just look down? I remember my daughter was first born and she kept crying. I'm like, what's wrong? I wish they can communicate with me. But you knew through the tonality that something was wrong, correct? Or else they wouldn't be crying. You see, people and animals and everything in our environment do things to create a reaction. Remember that your voice is a representation of everything that we have learned innately since we were first born. We have a habitual understanding of our environment. And now we start to think of things in a different way. We say, wow, that guy sounds really excited. We know that. Or that guy sounds really depressed, man. My God, I don't want to be around that guy. We all say this to each other. Oh my God, did you hear her? All she wants to do is complain. We all have reaction. Just remember, every action, it has a reaction. More importantly, whispers, they make us eager, right? Somebody goes, hey, listen, man, I got a secret for you. Then all of a sudden, you're going to get quiet, and you're going to do, what's that, what's that? Even if nobody's around. Actors, they make us believe. Songs give us emotion. If you ever turn on an old country song, now I like all types of music, but country just puts me in a weird mood. I don't want to get up and dance. It may make some people want to get up and dance. I just get up and like listen to the lyrics. I'm like, oh man, this guy's singing about his old lady again. Oh God, man. Then it gets me thinking about those things. If I listen to heavy metal, it gets me enraged, right? If I listen to dance, I start catching the beat. I'm like, man, I want to dance. I'm a big avid dancer. You listen to salsa, you want a salsa. Different sounds put you in different moods. Remember, this is your speech pattern now. Would you want to watch your favorite actor on a Broadway show, right? If they sat in a chair and they said, yes, Romeo, where throughout the Romeo. Would you be even remotely interested in this production happening? What kind of reviews do you think they would get? Would you go in a movie theater and watch a movie where the guy was just really just down and out and oh boom, there comes the bad guy. I don't know what's going on. You don't want to listen to people like that because they're using the wrong tonality. This is what actors are. They use tonality and they use emotion to sell you on who they are playing. This is called the actors getting inside their role, quote unquote. Salespeople, including entrepreneurs like yourself, we have to get into the role. We have to get into the role of I'm a CEO, I'm a CFO, I'm a sales associate, I'm a customer service rep, whatever you may be. I don't care if you're a computer programmer, you have to step into the role of an actor portraying the part that everybody wants to know you. Everybody wants to be around you, because that's how you sell people. Nobody wants to be around depression. Nobody does. Maybe other depressed people so they can go complain to them, but you probably won't sell them. Maybe some depression pills. If that's what you do, go for it. But again, you're acting, right? More importantly, we all get trapped inside our own minds, believing that we're doing our best, but forget, we are the performers. You have to put on the show. You have to perform for somebody. We have to act out our presentation. Let people understand through your movements, through your words, that you are an actor, that you're representing your company in such a way that they want to come back, that they want to see part 2, they want to see a sequel to your presentation. They want to tell their friends to go see your movie because you played such a great role, because you were so helpful, because you were so genuine, because you had so much charisma. Do we vote for the guy to become president that gets up there and says, you guys got to vote for me. I want to change this economy around. I'm telling you I really can. No, you're not. You want somebody like a Bill Clinton or Mr. Obama to get up there and give you this great speech and give you that real good look with the charisma and that raw talent to really drive you in. We get enthralled by great speakers. Think about that. Think about everybody in history and think about who the leaders were. They're the ones that can inspire others, but it's through the words with their tonality. More importantly, tonality. You must sound out your words and carry out your words. In the words of the great Zig Ziglar, when he always talked about Big Red, right, which was his wife, he always says, Big Red, right? When you carry out words, it gives an enunciation onto something to get you to buy. To get you to say, what is that guy talking about? What did he just say? That sounds really interesting. Bill Clinton carries out his words better than anybody I know today. Obama does a phenomenal job at it, but you know what? I'll put them both up there on the same pedestal. But tonality. Just remember, when you say certain things, we need to think the way that they're said. We need to get somebody else to think the way that they're said. We got to put action into them. Think about verbs. Action. Think about a statement when you say around. Now, what is around? If you go like this, that means a circle. Around, correct? So I can say, hey, around this area. Carry out your words so they make sense to individuals. This is a key aspect to selling in corporate meetings. Because a lot of them, they're hearing these things for the first time, especially when you talk about large numbers. So when you talk about profitability of the corporation, sound it out and carry it out so people will comprehend what you're speaking of. Again, a little exercise for you. I want you to write it down and say, around the room. More importantly, Mr. Jones, I want you to look around the room. I want you to tell me what you see. Now, Mr. Jones, what do you see? Then you can speed it up or slow it down. Now, Mr. Jones, when you looked around the room, did you notice this? Mr. Jones, when you looked at the sales figures, did you notice that we sold more of product X than we did of product Y? Drop your voice, lower your voice, then raise it up, then back down, and all the way around. When you carry out your words, you're going to get somebody enthralled. They're going to want to listen to you, and that's what's going to make sense. That's what's going to help close somebody. Technically, has nothing to do with what you're saying. People will be captivated by the way that you're speaking to them, because it sounds a hell of a lot more intelligent than if you just said, hey, Mr. Jones, do me a favor, look around the room. What do you see? Yeah, do you see that we sold more of that product Y than product X over there? Yeah, okay, great. All right. Well, There's no tonality. There's no oomph behind it. You can make anything sound interesting if you just carry out your words and or put a little emphasis on certain aspects of the words. Enunciate your words. All of a sudden, you'll be in a world of closing. More importantly, up and down, side to side, all the way around. Write this exercise down. Go up and down, side to side, all the way around. I make all my salespeople do this, and I make them all go up and down and all the way around and side to side. Up and down, side to side, all the way around. Carry out your words, make people sound it out. Yes, a little over-exaggerated. We're not really going to speak like that, but it helps you with everyday language. It helps you enunciate and pronounce things in a correct manner to slow it up and to get people to hang on your every word. More importantly, up and down and side to side, all the way around. When you do this exercise, do it exactly the way I did. And all of a sudden, when you speak, your speech patterns will go up and down and side to side and all the way around. And then all of a sudden, people are going to start going, wow, you're speaking much differently. Oh, I really like that. No, let me ask you a question on that. And all of a sudden, you're going to have more people enthralled inside of your patterns. More importantly, it's called progressive pitching. You wouldn't listen to songs or have a favorite band if they didn't have great tonality, would you? Because something will interest you. Tell me that doesn't make sense. Tell me that doesn't make sense. You like certain bands. Take AC/DC. Big rebel band. People like him because of the way he sings. He's got great tonality, right? He's great enthusiasm. He really believes his words. Carries him out singing, doesn't he? We love songs because they carry out their words. Think about it. Every song, how do you sing? You carry out your words. Why do people listen to music? Because it's interesting. Because it gets them going. It's catchy. Do we remember songs more than presentations? 1000%. Everybody remembers the chorus to their favorite song. We may mumble the rest of the verse, right? Back home and out, right? Hey, we remember all that chorus because it's catchy. It's carrying it out, right? There's a rhythm to it. Develop a rhythm inside your voice and you'll start closing people, or at least get them more interested than they were before. More importantly, why are there thousands of actors and stars? Why are they different types of music, right? Why are there different types of music? You know, why are there different types of bands, whether it be rappers, country music? Why are there different types of actors, you know, whether it be that little fill-in? You know, first you have detectives, you have cops, right? Then you got the thrillers, you got the murderers, then you got the action stars. Why? Because everybody fills a different role. Everybody acts in a different manner, right? We have to find your edge. We got to find your niche, right? Why do you get angry and change your voice? Why do we get angry and change our voice? It's a different tonality, right? All of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, what was that? What was that? Why do we drop our voice? Why do we say, I love you differently? Why can't we scream, I love you? Sometimes we may when we're angry, right? But there's different tonality, different ways of acting. You need to capitalize on this. You need to become smarter than the rest. You need to realize that there's a reason why we speak differently. It's because we need people to understand us. So if we use it every day inside of our relationships, why wouldn't we use this inside of a sales call? We always try to pretend to be that we're somebody that we're not inside of a sales call. Stop it. Be yourself. Use the correct tonality. Now, why do we dance and walk differently? We smile and speak with enthusiasm. It's like, think about that, right? Why do we dance and walk differently? Why do we all act differently? Because we are different. And the difference makes the difference. So if you want to be a thriving success, just capitalize on it and realize that it's okay. It's okay to be different. But you have to hone in on your voice and learn to carry it out and fluctuate in the right ways. Now, do you remember your last big sale, right? Were you depressed? Were you angry? Did you yell at your prospect? I got a sales guy that still works for me, still yells at his prospects. He's one of my top reps, though. I don't know how he does it, but he has that personality, right? Doesn't exactly yell, but you know, he over-talks a lot, right? Do you show sincerity? Do you emphasize? Do you sound like you had genuine concern? Do you smile, right? Do you use that salesman laugh? Right? Have fun. Do we do these things? And if you don't, think about it. Why not? Why don't you show all these emotions? Show these emotions. People will think you're real. I'm not telling you to go yell at your prospects or customers. That's wrong, okay? Unless they really deserve it. That's wrong, right? We need to be that real person for them. We need to go in there like my favorite actor, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, right? Go figure, right? We want to be those guys when we walk into those sales meetings. You know, we need to remember all these things. Do you remember what you did on your last big sale, right? Do you remember how you captured them? You see, a lot of my friends, they sell really big products, million-dollar deals, and they sell it because they believe in it. They're so passionate about it, so it allows them that charisma. It allows them that tonality, that enthusiasm. I want you to find that too. Now, how you ask determines your customer's response. Pay attention to how you speak, the loved ones, and the responses you receive from them. Another exercise, talk to people differently. Say different things to different people that you never normally would. Never normally would. Reverse conversations at restaurants. Instead of the waiter coming saying, hey, how are you? As soon as the waiter comes to the table, you say, hey, Mr. Waiter, how are you? You having a good night? You pretty busy? Use different tonality. As he responds to you, what I want you to do is to say different things with either happiness, sarcasm, anger, right? Sincerity, with a lot of charisma, right? And or say to mimic or mock. I want you to see the reactions of people. I want you to learn how people react to different emotions is my point. If you can say, I love you in 5 different ways, you have mastered the concept. If you could say it real, okay? When I say real, I mean, don't just say it inside your head. Use it in reality. Tell your girlfriend, you know what? I really love you. Honey, I love you so much. I want you to use it in different ways. I'm not going to give you all the answers. I want you to figure it out for yourself. Figure out your tonality. Figure out your niche. See the responses that you get when you speak with anger. And then think about how you feel when people speak with anger towards you. Think about when people talk to you with depression. When they say, yeah, I'm doing good. How do you react and how do you feel inside? Are you invigorated? Because if you're not being sold, right? We need to remember that we need to inspire people in sales. We need to get them to believe the product and to believe us and that everything's right for them. In order to do that, I want you to remember these things. I love you happy with sarcasm, laughing with anger. It's how you say it and how it will be interpreted. Just remember, in sales, how you say it is exactly the way that somebody's going to remember and take it as. Never, ever back down from enthusiasm. You will sell more with enthusiasm than without it. Period. Hands down. Now, what words puts customers into the mood to buy, the buying mood, right? Return ROI, your investment, your profit, you can't go wrong, joy, happiness, useful, right? There's certain key phrases that are going to get people to purchase a product. We're going to get into more of them at a later time, but this moves into tonality, right? How you say things is going to dictate your conversation. So just remember, some of the words that are going to get people in the mood to buy are a return. Mr. Jones, your return on investment is going to be huge for stocks, right? We always say that with stocks, right? Hey, Mr. Jones, your return on investment is going to be X. Right? You need to give people a reason to purchase from you. If you're selling furniture, for instance, hey, Mr. Jones, your return on investment is not the next year of being comfortable. It's the next 5 to 10, depending upon how long you like to keep certain things around. If you like to change your environment more often, you can get into a discussion, may be able to do a package for future use, for buybacks. More importantly, it's all about your return on investment, Mr. Jones. But with this package, it's going to last you for years. So let's break down the ridiculous. If it's $1,000 today, Mr. Jones, that's a cheap way to get off for the next 5 years, because $200 a year is going to get you the couch of your dreams. Mr. Jones, $200 a year, broken down month by month. How much is that, Mr. Jones? Let's talk reality. Let's talk reality. $20 a month? Less? $10 a month is $120. right? I mean, you can go on and on and on and think about this, but I mean, reality is, Mr. Jones, you need this. And a return on investment, you can't go wrong. Use your tonality to sell somebody and break it down to the ridiculous. Your investment, your profit. Mr. Jones, your profit from this is going to be you're fully insured for over $2 million for every year that you're with us on the policy. More importantly, what's the return on it going to be? Well, your monthly investment is going to be $100 a month, and you're going to get $2 million in return, Mr. Jones. The things that you say will bring people joy, happiness. It's going to make it useful, right? Useful, carry out the words, right? Help you, I got your back. Mr. Jones, I'm only here to help. I got your back. We're going to go over these phrases more in the power statement section. So please stay tuned. Keep pressing on. But I do not want you to move on until you understand tonality. Understand how to carry out your words, and you're going to be a thriving success.